sure.
Seemed like a very determined team.
Yeah, we
More
we
so
played
than perhaps.
desperate. I thought we played desperate tonight. You could tell by just, you know, we got off to a good start, but then even when we went down, there was more talk on the bench tonight, and you know, guys knew that it's, you know, it hasn't been good, and as I said, I think we've played well enough to be in games and have opportunities to win, but we don't have that push that you need to win a hockey game when we did tonight.
42 shots, that's the most you've had in quite a while.
Yeah, you look at, I think Dalpy had 7, Lukey had 5, you know, guys just, instead of making that extra pass, we're determined to get the puck to the net tonight, and we had some really good looks at the net. I thought, you know, through the first 2 periods especially, we had some unbelievable chances that their goaltender played really well for them. But yeah, guys, you know, if you put pucks on net, you're going to have success.
You haven't had much of the overtime. What's your strategy with your forwards going into it?
Well, just, I mean, what we talk about is whether it's 4-on-4 or 3-on-3, it's just all about puck possession. If you get in a bad spot and you don't give the puck up, throw it back to our goalie if you have to. We'll go back and regroup. It's more about just holding on to it and not giving them up. If you win the face-off, you don't want to even give them a chance to touch the puck. So for us, that's kind of what we talk about with them.
Are you rolling 3 sets of forwards?
Yeah.
And are you planning for the 3-minute break? Or
yeah, we have groups that we would put out for the 3-on-3, and it really depends on how tired guys are that might move around. But we rotated 3 groups of forwards tonight through the 4-on-4, and then we never got to the 3-on-3.
I mean, Rudy had a big chance in the second period.
Oh,
bullseye.
sure did, yeah, and that was a good save. I mean, he had a lot of net there, and their goaltender came across, made a really good save on it. So, you know, it was kind of redemption there to get that chance at the end and to put it home. But like I said, I thought their goaltender played really well. We had some really good looks at the net. We could have scored a bunch tonight, and I thought he was real good for him.
Playing with that first goal, you know, that's something the team struggled with in the past. How much did that play into, you know, the mentality of all the guys on the bench through the game?
I'm sure it helped. I mean, you know, it's a, you know, confidence is a funny thing. You get the first goal and guys are feeling pretty good, and then you give up 2 and you're down 1, and it's, you know, kind of, you're wondering if guys are thinking, here we go again. But tonight was different, like Kevin said. You know, there was a lot more desperation, there was a lot more talk. You know, we had some really good shifts in the offensive zone where our D got active. And our D can only get active if our forwards are talking to them and they're playing over the top. And it just felt like they were all on the same page tonight, as opposed to everybody kind of seeing what everybody else was doing out there.
How about warm-ups look different? If there were just more smiles, there were guys. I didn't know if, you know, Tails or anybody said something, but there's guys like just, you know, kind of running into each other in the corner and smiling, and I don't know, it looked different.
We need to do more of that then.
The forecheck game, some of the grinded out parts, I mean, it seemed like it was there here more than it's been for a lot of the season. I mean, last year you had a lot of guys who did that consistently. Yeah. This year it hasn't been consistent.
Yeah, it's a different group this year. You know, last year we, at least, you know, as the season went on, as you remember, we kind of had an identity with those bottom 2 lines that really grinded it out. And then we had some pretty good skill on top of it. So, you know, we haven't found, this is a different team, we haven't kind of found that chemistry yet of our identity maybe. You know, obviously with Larson, Grigorenko, and Baroni, they're going to have a lot of rushes through the neutral zone with possession, getting over the line with possession. But really, our other lines are more, you know, get it deep and get a touch on the thing and get over it. And then, you know, Matty Ellis is as good as anybody playing in the trapezoid and getting pucks in the goalie's feet, and we scored on it tonight. Lukey broke out and got one. So, you know, it's more about guys playing to that identity and understanding that everybody's got to play a little bit different. And as long as you're playing to your strengths and you're helping our team out, that's what we need from each guy.
Is this more what you expected from Dalty, what you saw tonight, getting a ton of shots on him, even you know, getting a dirty one here there?
Yeah, and you know, he shoots it well, and he's got big time speed, so you would think that he would push D back more and just get pucks from the angle down to the net, and let whoever he's playing with get to the net. And then he's so fast that he can get in there for a second chance opportunity. We saw a lot more of that tonight. He actually started last night, I thought. Started on our first power play. He sent a couple of missiles in there. from off angles, and those are tough on goalies, you know, and the rebounds are even tougher to control. So when he plays with that mentality, it makes a big difference on our team.
How important was it to get this win tonight, not only to end the 6-game losing streak, but this is the first of 8 straight at home and a string of 11 of 12 at home. When in January it's going to be reversed. You're going to have 11 and 12 on the road.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, no matter where we were playing tonight, we needed something to feel good about. Like, you know, you look at our past few games, as I said, and last night in Hamilton, and even going back to Wednesday, we haven't played perfect by any means, but we've been in positions to win hockey games, and when the game's been on the line and we needed to make that push, we haven't been able to do it. You know, we haven't had a guy step up and either make the big save or the big block or score the big goal or whatever it takes to win the game. And tonight we were able to do that. And you know, you start on a home stretch here. You got the holidays, which is the time when we get a lot of fans in the building. So you know, we want to be rolling this time of year and making sure that we're going into the new year playing well. And hopefully tonight was another step for that.
I mean, you talk about all those things you just mentioned. I mean, Luke isn't known for blocking shots, but
2 of them tonight.
Yeah.
He paid the price, 2 ice bags tonight. It's been a while, you know, that's, you know, we've talked about it in here. If Luke plays a 200-foot game and he's willing to play at both ends of the rink, he gets more opportunity. We put him out there in a situation near the end of the game where he had the team in his hands in terms of taking care of the hockey team out there. And that's what you need, you know. We're struggling to score goals. We're struggling in certain aspects of the game, and you know, the message to a lot of those guys, the Dalbys, the Veronis, Luke Adams, they're the older guys now. They're the vets on this hockey team. So they're the ones who got to take care of our hockey team. When we're down, they got to pick us up, and Luke did that tonight with a couple big blocks and a goal.
well, the one in overtime. I mean, that leads to the penalty. And
Yeah, absolutely. And he had one. And those guys, I think it was Pattern who shot both of them. He's got heavy shots.
Yeah.
You know, and that tells your teammates a lot about how much you want to win. And maybe that's part of what we've been missing here a little bit.
For Grigorenko, I mean, I guess how do you evaluate consistency? It was a couple more points tonight.
Yeah, I thought tonight and last night, and I got to go, you know, I'll watch the video again, but I thought tonight and last night, especially playing with Phil, he has the puck a lot. And, you know, he's going to do good things with it. He's got that kind of skill level, and especially when he gets the puck in the middle of the rink, and he has the ability to get it to Larson or Veroni on one side. He knows that he's going to get it back, and that's a big confidence builder for a guy that really plays with that kind of skill level. So, you know, it's kind of a different line because there's not that big kind of grinder. I think Larson's a real good grinder below the goal line. He protects pucks really well, but you've got 3 pretty skilled guys there. But I like Grigo's game, and we'll see, you know, kind of where that line goes.
He hurt himself whiffing on that.
Yeah, twice. I told him on the bench, I actually thought 3 times.
Good ice tonight.
Yeah, after the concert today, it was a little rough out there, and you could tell guys were struggling with it. But you know, again,
His assist though to Larson, when he set up Larson on the rush there, that was bouncing around.
yeah, that was bouncing around, and then you know, I mean, it's part of the game. I mean, you have a concert here today, and the pucks are bounced, but then, you know, at the end of the game, Griggle puts it right on Larson's tape. It's right on Ruito's tape. It's in the back of the net. So.
Jake McCabe seemed to come back nicely after kind of a rough first period.
Yeah, we noticed that too. Jake's been playing really well, and as a discussion that we just had, I think that he, you know, we forget sometimes with Jacob. I think the expectations are really high, and we forget he's 21 years old, playing in a league with men. And you look at some of the forwards that team has, not just veterans, but big guys that play really heavy. You know, he's used to playing 2 games a week in college against guys that are not of this caliber consistently. And I think Jacob's game's really coming along, and I think he's getting better and he's getting more used to it. He made a mistake there on the goal early, but he bounced back, and I thought he played really well the rest of the way. And he competes hard. I mean, he plays hard in the puck in the D zone, finishes off guys. He's real difficult to play against. It's just, you know, he's still 21 years old. We got to keep that in mind, but he's been getting better every game.